The day's light fades slowly, and a hush falls upon the quiet house as you settle in after a long day. In the nursery, the room where your dearest treasure sleeps safely, the ordinary has been transformed by the onset of night. You sit by the door, eyes flicking to the baby monitor that softly hums in the background. But beneath that gentle murmur lies the promise of something unsettling. It begins with the subtle shift that you learn to dread. The baby monitor flickers to life with static and a faint presence that isn't there by day. You recall the whispered warnings of an old family tale, one that tells you to never assume that a room designed for love and protection can never hide sinister secrets. And so, as the nursery becomes bathed in moonlight, you feel that looming chill on the back of your neck. Imagine the scene, the clock striking late, the sterile hum of a television in the next room, and that persistent sound, a tiny footstep, a whisper of movement. The silence is punctured by the sound of a lullaby, playing softly from a hidden source. But a quick glance at your phone reveals that the lullaby wasn't scheduled. The shadows begin to stretch and twist across the walls. What started as a comfortable, familiar comfort quickly evolves into a stage where something unexplained lurks. This evening, like so many before it, sets the stage for what becomes a descent into pure dread. The nursery, once thought to be the safest corner of the home, now holds secrets that are ancient and inexplicable. As your heart begins to race, you realize that there might be more to this ordinary setting than met the eye. A glitch on the baby monitor, a brief, inexplicable distortion, reveals a shape standing over the crib. It's as if the camera, in its unyielding impartiality, had captured a brief glimpse of a presence that defies explanation. It isn't one of the parents, nor a friend fumbling in the dark. Instead, it is as though the room has been infiltrated by something from another realm. In the dim, wavering television quality image, the figure remains motionless, yet unnervingly present. The softness of a blanket over a tiny crib contrasts sharply with the hard, spectral figure looming in the background. You lean in closer, trying to discern the details. The blanket, the crib, the corners of the room, all seem normal until the monitor reveals that single inexplicable addition. The experience drags you into the vortex of uncertainty. Is it merely a trick of the light, a rogue malfunction of modern technology, or is it the tangible evidence of something ancient, something that has long coveted a quiet place like this to make its home? The mind is a fragile bridge between perception and reality. As you watch the monitor intently, every shadow, every flicker of movement in the peripheral vision heightens your anxiety. You begin to wonder if the ominous presence is real, or if it has been conjured by the hazy state of fatigue and the anxious thoughts of a parent protecting a child. But even as rationality whispers that it could be a mere technical anomaly, your instincts scream that something is terribly, inexplicably wrong. In that moment, the room evolves into a battleground between logic and nightmare. The soft hum of the machine transforms into an eerie score, one that urges you to confront the impossible, but also warns you to retreat. Such duality is the hallmark of psychological suspense, a dance between the known and the unknowable that leaves your mind racing long after the image fades to black. There are legends whispered in hushed tones about ancient forces that have, over the ages, found their way into everyday spaces. The nursery becomes a nexus where innocence and age-old myth converge. With every passing moment, the spectral figure in the monitor seems less like a digital glitch and more like the manifestation of something timeless, an entity that has watched over countless generations and now, inexplicably, claims the quietest corner of your home. It is said that the darkness holds memories of forgotten rituals and old secrets. In the nursery, among soft toys and the tender cops of a sleeping infant, the ancient meets the modern. What begins with a mysterious glitch slowly morphs into the realization that this presence may well be an echo of a past world, a relic of ancient terror that has crept slowly into the sanctuary of your family. Its form is vague, sometimes discernible as a shadow, other times a silhouette, and always unsettling in its mere existence. As time stretches and the night deepens, you decide to confront this enigma. You walk into the nursery, your footsteps quiet against the soft carpet, your hand trembling as it reaches out for the light switch. With each heartbeat, you are pulled deeper into the realm of the unexplainable. The sudden click of the switch casts a harsh light against the shadows, but while the illumination should banish the phantom, it only serves to reveal more of its mysterious nature. The figure remains, a stark outline that glides along the walls as if it's searching for something lost in its spectral wanderings. Every detail of the room, once cherished as a haven of safety, now feels tainted by a mystery that should not be. The familiar scent of newborn powder and fresh linens is now interlaced with a sharp alien chill that raises goosebumps along your arms. It is in these moments that you finally understand. The nursery's safety is an illusion. That which once symbolized warmth and happiness now whispers unspeakable dread. In those few heartbeats of horror, you grasp the reality that some spaces, no matter how benign they seem, are capable of harboring secrets that defy explanation. The creeping thought emerges. Perhaps the most dangerous places are the ones we trust the most. You see, in the stillness of the night, the nursery becomes more than a room. It becomes a microcosm of an age-old battle between the innocence of life and the malignancy of forces that lurk in the shadows. Moments later, the light flickers again, as if in protest. The room falls back into semi-darkness, and with the shifting illumination, the spectral figure seems to dissolve into a pool of darkness. Yet, even as it vanishes from sight, its presence lingers, a chill that continues to seep into your bones, a soft whisper that hangs in the air. In that silence, you notice how every familiar object, the rocking chair by the window, the mobile suspended gently above the crib, now carries the weight of the inexplicable. This is the part that unsettles the soul, the realization that the unnatural does not always announce itself with thunder and fury, but sometimes creeps in with the faintest sound and the gentlest shake. It is as though the nursery has been quietly marked by an ancient brush, leaving behind a testament to events beyond mortal comprehension. And in that quiet moment, you understand that your experience is not isolated. Somewhere out there, in another quiet room, another family might be learning the same unsettling lesson, that the protection they believed in is as fragile as the twilight. What then is the shadow in the nursery? Perhaps it is a reminder that the modern world, for all its conveniences, is not immune to the old enchantments that thread through our history. Every baby monitor, every flickering screen is a window not only to our loved ones, but also to the echoes of an ancient past. In the cold blue glow of digital displays, there is a realm that defies the expected order of life, a realm where shadows take on a form of their own, and every little anomaly becomes a portal to a truth more surreal than fiction. For a moment, let yourself ponder the possibility that the eerie presence is not a malevolent force at all, but rather a guardian, a spectral witness that monitors the delicate balance between the everyday and the extraordinary. The idea might seem comforting, yet the terror remains. What if the protector becomes the predator? What if the boundary between safeguarding innocence and trailing an age-old presence blurs into a landscape of perpetual uncertainty? The duality is undeniable. The simple act of watching over a sleeping child becomes an act fraught with potential peril. The cradle, an emblem of nurturing, now gently rocks under the weight of an unseen force. The shadows that dance on the wall are not merely byproducts of passing clouds. They are living reminders that beneath the veneer of normalcy lies a realm of secrets waiting to be acknowledged. In closing, the experience of witnessing a shadow over the nursery is not meant to instill paralyzing fear, but to serve as a solemn reminder. In our modern world, even the most mundane corners of our lives can be infiltrated by ancient mysteries. As you move through the quiet hallways of your home, the ordinary and the extraordinary intersect in ways that challenge every expectation. The flicker of a monitor, the soft whisper of an unseen presence. These are sensory nods to a world that exists just beyond the reach of daylight. At times, you might find yourself glancing over your shoulder, compelled by the lingering fear that something might be following you, a shadow that embodies the unknown. It is in these moments of raised vigilance that you understand the true depth of the mystery that resides in the nursery. It is not merely a tale of horror to be recounted. It is a narrative that forces a confrontation with the fragility of safety, the impermanence of light, and the ever-present potential for the ancient to re-emerge, even in the quietest recesses of our lives. As the night wears on, and the first hints of dawn spread like a promise over the horizon, the atmosphere in the nursery slowly shifts back to the semblance of normality. The monitor returns to its peaceful hum, and the spectral figure, however persistent in its mystery, recedes into the murkiness of night. Yet, long after the image has faded, and the room stands bathed in the soft glow of morning light, the memory of those shadowed moments remains indelibly etched in your mind. This chapter in your life becomes a secret that you carry, a reminder that even the most secure havens are not exempt from the forces that predate human understanding. Outside the nursery, life resumes its rhythm, but within you, the echo of that nocturnal encounter lingers, a testament to a night when the ordinary was transformed into something profoundly enigmatic and terrifyingly real. The message is clear. In the interplay of light and shadow, between the modern comforts and the timeless echoes of myth, lies a space where caution is the only true safeguard. Whether it manifests as an ancient spirit or a flaw in our technology, the lesson remains the same. Trust not only your eyes, but also your instincts. For when darkness falls and the gadgetry that so reliably connects your world begins to whisper secrets of its own, you are reminded that some mysteries are best left unexplored, and some shadows are wiser left undisturbed. Now imagine this: as you continue your day, moving from one room to another, you can almost feel those spectral eyes, ever watchful, ever waiting. The nursery may have returned to calm, but deep down, the essence of that eerie presence endures. It serves as a quiet sentinel in the background of your life, a narrative thread that ties the modern and the mystical together into an inseparable tapestry of human experience. The tale of the shadow in the nursery becomes not just a recounting of events, but a meditation on the nature of our reality. It asks us to consider if the boundaries of our daily lives truly secure us, or if we are always teetering on the edge of an ancient mystery. As you try to sleep, remember the advice whispered by those who have once encountered this inexplicable presence. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and, whatever you do, don't look behind you. Let this narrative be a call to remain ever vigilant, to respect the uncanny in the midst of the ordinary, and to cherish the fragile moments of safety that light our way in the darkness. Whether you choose to embrace the unknown or wait for the dawn, know that the secrets of the nursery are forever intertwined with the legacy of ages past. And as each night falls, the stage may be set once more, beckoning you to witness the interplay of shadow and light, and to confront the mystery that lurks just beyond the familiarity of home. In every whisper of static from your monitor, there lies an invitation, a dare to acknowledge that the everyday is never as tame as it appears, that hidden among sweet lullabies and soft rocking chairs, an ancient presence patiently holds vigil, reminding us all that safety is an ephemeral illusion. For those who dare to listen, the shadows speak a truth. Some corners harbor stories too old for words, too disturbing for explanation, yet too real to ignore. As you close your eyes tonight, let the echoes of this tale follow you, a gentle reminder that in the realm of the unseen, the shadow in the nursery is always waiting, an ageless guardian of both dreams and nightmares. And so, in the delicate balance between light and darkness, awake or asleep, you stand as both witness and participant in a narrative as old as time, a narrative that whispers softly in the dark, urging you to remember it only takes one glance, one flicker of static, to unveil the presence that has dwelled in the nursery, waiting patiently for its moment to emerge from the shadows. As the screen fades to black and a soft final note plays in the background, the image of the nursery slowly dissolves into a mesh of shadows and distant whispers. The story leaves you on the edge of your seat, with the gentle yet persistent warning echoing in your ear: remain ever alert, for in every gently creaking floorboard and every glowing pixel of a baby monitor may lie the legacy of an ancient presence, a spectral reminder that even in the safest room of your house, the shadow in the nursery is an enduring echo of the unknown. Remember, this experience is not merely a fleeting brush with fear. It is a call to acknowledge that the ordinary world we trust is interwoven with the extraordinary. For as long as night casts its long shadows, the mystery endures, blending the realms of modernity and myth into one continuous, spine-tingling narrative that will haunt your thoughts long after the first light of dawn has chased away the darkness. Stay cautious in the quiet moments, and may the vigilance of the night guide you safely until morning.